Well, a very entertaining game on this Sunday night soccer showdown. Both teams came down with a fight. They fought for it, and they both walk away with a point at the end. How did it come down to this? I'll explain it to you all the way. What's up, YouTube? It's Gabino, aka Gabino the Sports Maniac, and today was the Sunday night showdown between San Diego FC and Real Salt Lake, and boy, did it not disappoint. Let's go into the details. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the details. Real Salt Lake ended up drawing to San Diego FC with a scoreline of 2-2. The goal scorers were, for San Diego, Marcus Ingvartsen and Anders Dreyer. And the Real Salt Lake's goal scorers were Sergi Solans and Victor Olatunji. The boys requested a penalty in the opening minutes of the game as Zavier Gozo was tugged down in the box. Referee Alexis De Silva elects not to call a penalty. Moments later, they tell him to stop play. They recommend an on-field review to Alexis De Silva. He makes the VAR signal and then he goes to the screen. He was over there for quite a bit, so he needed to make sure that he was convinced that the decision was going to be correct. Looking at different angles and looking at different images of, is this a clear and obvious foul on Zavier Gozo by the San Diego defender? Is it enough for him to go down? After review, it was determined that there was no foul. Play on. In my opinion, because I'm a referee myself, I have to agree with that decision. I mean, the contact is there on Zavier Gozo, but for me, it's not enough for him to go down like that. There's arms on him, but it's lacking in contact. It's like slight. So he went down a little too easily. Like it mattered anyway. Because the ball was landed to the feet of Juan Sanabria, who does really good on that left flank on the field. Sends a beautiful cross, and Sergi Solans heads in the opening goal of the night. A fantastic header from him. Beautiful effort. Sergi Solans gets his second goal of the season. The rookie continues to impress game after game, and there's a reason why he's continuing to start in these games while Ari Pule is absent, and while Victor Olatunji is not 100% recovered, but slowly getting there. Fantastic goal from Sergi Solans. And then the equalizer for San Diego's Marcus Ingvartsen was a little confusing. There was a foul called on Philip Quinton, which resulted in a free kick to San Diego to begin with. They take the free kick. Player heads it. I think it was Dreyer who headed it. And it goes off the face of our goalkeeper, Rafael Cabral. There is a splurge of players from both teams trying to get to the middle of it. But Marcus Ingvartsen sneaks his way through and taps in the goal to tie the game up. Cabral looked a little lost after he took a ball to the face, not knowing where the ball was. Even though it's the slightest of tap-ins that count for any team, really, it counts, and it's tied 1-1. Second half. It starts with a beautiful pass. And you know where I'm going with this. Midfielder sends a long pass towards Amahi Pellegrino. Lukas Engel is the only defender there to stop anything from happening. Quinton and Glad were nowhere to be found in the back. Pellegrino sneaks it past, finds the pass towards Anders Dreyer, and what do you know? Anders Dreyer makes it 2-1 early in the second half. Nothing Rafael Cabral could do about that. Lukas Engel looked completely helpless knowing it's 2-on-1. Right when Anders Dreyer took the shot, both Quinton and Glad showed up at that point. Like, why would we allow a goal like this to happen? Why would this happen? I don't know what's up with Mastroeni and his mindsets that he's gonna get the enemy out of it. Plays long pass, only one defender back, and then there's 2, 3, 4, or whatever the instance. Chances of a goal to be scored for the opposing team is this high, and we allowed it to happen. Maybe it's with the 3-back formation that's a little off. Or maybe for next games, next point. I thought the game was over. There was a point where a ball ends up going off the hand of Justin Glad, and then no penalty was called. Same thing as earlier. Play is halted. Waits for confirmation to say either the play is good or if it needs to be recommended for review. And they recommended a review. Alexis Silva goes to the monitor and then takes a few minutes looking at the incident and realized that the player did not have time to react, which was Justin Glad. He had no time to react at the time of the impact. Therefore, he doesn't call a penalty on San Diego, which I believe is the right decision because he didn't have time to move out of the way. His hand is in an unnatural position, yes, but he didn't have time to get out of the way. And then, towards the late 80 minute, RSL were knocking on the door. They were adding pressure. They were not going to go down without a fight. They were not going to leave San Diego without getting a point. Starts with Gozo and Luna and Morgan Guilavogui. Game after game, he's getting good. And I like the way he's been performing. He plays a beautiful cross, which results in a header for Victor Olatunji, who gets his first goal of the season. Good goal from him. Despite getting an eye injury during training in the preseason. Great to see him on the score sheet. And a goal that salvaged Real Salt Lake a point. That is all, guys. Real Salt Lake don't play next week because of the international break. So I won't be making a video for another 2 weeks. So you guys will follow me on my other social media sites to make sure that you guys are still updated with me. Thanks for watching the video. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new. RSL on top. See you in 2 weeks. Good night.